The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Please welcome Halsey. There she is. There she is. Let me put on my glasses. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see this. Oh, there you go.
What are you wearing, Gucci?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're wearing Gucci at
of course.
7:30 in the morning?
Oh, yeah. This is last night's Gucci.
Oh. I'll tell you what, I am also last night's Gucci. So,
yeah.
You know what? Look, I'm an old guy. I'm old enough to be your great-grandfather. But you know what, Halsey, let me tell you something. I'm not ready to go to bed early. I'm ready to stay up late and talk about it. And that's how we got a morning show. I don't want to go to bed. There'll be time to sleep when we're done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to lie, we were walking in, and I was like, you think we can maybe convince them to move the show to like a more reasonable time?
I try to do that all the time. They don't listen.
I got to be honest with you. I love coming on the show.
Right.
But we got to do better than 6 a.m. wake up, guys.
So
we got to do better than that.
Here's the trick question, Halsey. Is a more reasonable time noon or 4 a.m. or 2 a.m.? What, you know what I'm saying? Either
depends what kind of interview you want out of me.
I know. The last time I was interviewing Halsey, and I was in the same state you were. You got out of a limo. You came up to the red carpet.
First of all, I was not in a limo. It's not 2005.
Well, I know.
It was an SUV. I'm just kidding.
It's true. I saw a limo the other day. I'm like, what is that?
Like, you ever see a limo on the street and you're like, who the heck is in a limo?
Yeah. You're right.
What year is it?
You crawled out of the SUV, and you were probably almost as stoned as me. And we were doing these interviews with everyone, and I was like.
Where were we?
I don't know. No, it was the iHeartRadio Music Awards or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
something like that.
And all of our eyes were, we were great. It was awesome. One of my favorite interviews, so they tell me.
I have no recollection of it, so it must have been awesome.
Hey, you have to meet our new sister. This is Gandhi.
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Halsey, Gandhi. And where's Uncle Johnny? This is Uncle Johnny.
We're familiar.
Yeah.
We're familiar. Like, we both love gold jewelry.
Yeah.
You know?
He's old and he's gay, and he wears a toupee. That's where he keeps his edibles, under his toupee.
This is an incredible theme song.
Oh, my God.
Okay, now let's get to you. It's been all about us. Now it's all about you.
Why are we talking about me? I don't want to talk about me.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
Oh, my gosh.
Was it fun?
It was so fun.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, like, you have to understand, since I was probably 13 years old, every year the show would come around and I would invite all my friends over. My parents, like, growing up, we always had, like, we rented apartments. We didn't have a lot of money. And I had, like, a really small house. And so having sleepovers was a big deal because I was, like, sharing a room with my brother and stuff. But once a year, they would let me have, like, a really big sleepover with my friends.
Yeah.
And it was for the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Nice.
And they would all come over. We'd have a sleepover. And I remember really vividly in 8th grade, in my basement, my parents' dial-up desktop computer, me sitting there and Googling, what does it take to be a Victoria's Secret angel? And so I'm reading through it and I'm like, this is what I want to be when I grow up. I'm going to start training. I'm going to be a model. And then I was scrolling through the website and I saw minimum 5'10" and went, all right, I'll be a singer instead. Got it. But I was standing on that stage yesterday and I was like, well, somehow I got here. So we're doing all right.
So I'm assuming, you're standing on the Victoria's Secret stage. You must have had some kind of weird kick in the head, like some realization, like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. I'm here. The thing I was dreaming about as a little girl.
Yeah. I walked, I don't want to give too much away, but it was Adriana's last show.
Yeah.
And she's been walking since 1999.
20 years.
Insane,
basically.
by the way.
Yeah.
And
She's so beautiful.
I don't want to blow up her spot because she looks like she's 21. But when she started walking, I was 4 years old.
Nice.
Wow.
Her first show, Walking with Victoria's Secret, I was 4 years old.
You didn't tell her that, though.
Heck no. I was like, oh my God, you look so good. You're like 25.
The show, by the way, is airing on December 2nd on ABC.
It sure is.
And they're trying to keep as much of the show as a secret as possible, but we have so many friends that were there, so we're getting bits and pieces. I know our friends, the Struts, they did their thing.
Oh, they were
Shawn
so
Mendes,
amazing.
right?
Sean, oh my gosh.
Shawnee.
Yeah.
We got I think BB Rexa was checking in. She looked beautiful last night.
BB, Rita Ora, the Chainsmokers, Kelsey Ballerini. I got to tell you guys, I walked into the environment and I wasn't sure what to expect, because you think like it's going to be a really competitive, like tense atmosphere. All these girls have been training all year. It was so fun. It was so compassionate. Everyone was just like supporting each other. The girls were all so loving. Me and every other musician, we'd already known each other. So we were all friends. And like we're standing backstage, we're laughing. You know, Chainsmokers have a drink. Kelsey and I are laughing about how much glitter we have on our legs and how many sit-ups we did before the show. and it was such a cool environment, just like standing around with like fellow musicians that I've been friends with for a really long time, and all these girls who are so supportive. And it was just so empowering, so fun, so compassionate, and not what I expected at all. And I just want to say it, like, while I have the platform and the opportunity to, it was so awesome and such a good vibe. It really was.
Did they let you put the wings on?
No, I put them on my eyebrows.
She had eyebrow wings? No, don't give away too much.
Are we allowed to know who wore the $1 million bra, or is that like the super secret?
No, I think that's news. It's been news already. So Elsa wore it.
Oh, okay.
And she wore it during my segment, which was really awesome. So I was singing, and I see this stunningly gorgeous human walk by me in a $2 million bra.
Oh, $2 million.
And I was just like,
can you imagine?
What am I doing?
I mean, it weighs like 45,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's very heavy, and it's very sharp, I heard.
All I think about is bleeding and chafing in odd places with those things. It's like all diamonds.
There was a little bit of that yesterday.
Well, what did my mom always say?
If it don't hurt, it don't look good.
Thank you, Mom. God rest her soul.
Well, my first show that I ever played was at an abandoned strip club in New York, and there was a like bejeweled disco ball that I'm pretty sure was in the shape of boobs.
Right.
So going from a 50 cap show in an abandoned strip club with a bejeweled boob disco ball to standing next to a supermodel in a $2 million bejeweled boob bra, it's a glow up.
Halsey,
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me ask you, Halsey, do you
Okay.
ever miss the days when you started the grind? I mean, there's got to be some kind of magical little thing that happened during those bleak performances or bleak places where you performed that you kind of like. It was kind of magical, wasn't it? Ever?
I will say the lack of expectation is really freeing, because when you first start out and you're like in a place where people don't necessarily know you, you have that drive to do your best every time. Yeah. And I feel like any artist, no matter how passionate or how motivated, it's very easy to fall into a pattern of like, well, these people already love the songs. They're here. They bought the ticket. Like, I did my first arena tour last year. You guys know that because I came here to talk about it a couple months ago. Oh my God, a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that. Time flies.
I don't want it to anymore. A year ago, and walking out into these rooms, is like over 10,000 people in them, and everyone there already knows the songs, and you're kind of like, you have this moment of like, well, they're gonna like it either way. But you don't do that. You go back to when you first started out, and you remember that mentality of like, I need these people to love me, and I need to prove to them like that this was worth their time and worth their energy. And when you revert back to that experience, it makes what you do in your current state like so much more rewarding, because I still treat every single show like it's one of those shows from the beginning, where like every time I walk on stage, I'm never bored.
Do you get that butterfly thing still?
Every night.
Yeah.
Like
every night.
Like that thin line between excitement and I really need to vomit kind of thing?
Yes.
Like an exciting vomit.
I will tell you what, when you're really nervous, a lot of performers talk about this. When you get really nervous, you start yawning.
Yeah.
Because your mind is like, I need oxygen, I'm scared, whatever. So you're yawning. So the people around you are like, oh, are you bored? Are you tired? I'm like, no, I'm actually just really excited.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so ironic because it's the opposite effect that you want, is to be yawning. So when I'm yawning backstage, I'm like, I'm just really excited.
Yeah, right.
And it just looks ridiculous.
That's true. When you get nervous, you don't breathe deeply, and then therefore your oxygen, you need more oxygen. What?
Totally.
We're talking about what happens on stage. If you really have to go to the bathroom.
We talked about this last time I was on the show, I think.
You asked
You guys
all of
always want to talk to me about peeing during my show.
No, don't. I didn't ask.
Oh, no, it
She
wasn't
did.
you guys. It was Benny. It was Benny. Benny did the same. Benny Blanco.
But since we're talking about what happens on stage, like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. What do you do?
Okay, so most of the time your adrenaline carries you through.
Okay.
So like hiccups, a cold, having to pee, like whatever it is, like I'm going to be frank, like if you're a girl and you have your period, like whatever, like anything that could potentially mess with you, as soon as your adrenaline kicks in, it's like, it's game time.
Okay, good.
You're not thinking about any of that.
So that's it. On days when you're on your period.
I'm going to sing and perform.
Yeah, just get nervous. Just let adrenaline take care of it.
Honestly, little physical activity is good, but I will say sometimes I know a lot of female performers. This is an old stage trick that I picked up. They keep a basket with a garbage bag and kitty litter.
Yeah, absorbent.
Oh.
You need clumping formula.
That
So you
works.
can run backstage and pee if you have to.
Absolutely.
I've only done it once. I have it in there every single night, but I've only done it once, and it was a particularly hydrated night.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good. By the way, if you're just turning us on, it is Halsey. I'm sure you figured that out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling everyone that it's me when I start talking about peeing.
I'm sorry.
We couldn't have talked about it when it was me doing Victoria's Secret. It has to be me, like, peeing.
Not at all. Not at all. Hey, so when you come to New York, do you ever get a chance to go play and go shopping?
Oh, my gosh, of course.
Yeah, you have to. How long are you in town this role?
Couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. I can't say what, but I'm here because I'm doing a couple really special things this weekend.
What?
Oh, okay,
She said
Elvis.
she can't say.
Tell us.
Sunday I'm doing the Glamour Women in Music event.
Oh, nice.
And I'm really excited because I'm giving another speech like I did at the Women's March a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been hesitating doing another slam poem because I didn't want to be like, Halsey, the slam poem girl. But I wrote a really, really amazing speech I'm so passionate about and so excited to give. And I can't wait to talk about it. And it's kind of about the idea of being a woman and qualities in you that people would see as ambitious or driven or motivated in men. They see it in women and they think, oh, she's such an inconvenience. Like, this is so inconvenient. So the name of the speech is An Inconvenient Woman. And I don't want to give too much away because I'm really excited to give it. But I'll make sure you guys get a copy after I do it, of course. So I'm doing that on Sunday. But Saturday, last minute, I put together something really, really amazing. Someone approached me and asked me if I would do something really special with an artist that I have loved for my whole life. And yesterday, during Victoria's Secret, longest day of my life, I left to go rehearse this in the middle of the show.
Who is it?
I can't tell you.
Why you gotta be that way?
Also, I have to be honest with you. You're miserable at context clues. Because if you paid attention, you could probably figure it out.
All right.
I already gave it away. You'll go back and re-listen. And
Kelsey
you're gonna be
Ballerini.
like, I wish. The only performances Kelsey and I have done was at a dive bar in Nashville, and we were singing Picture.
Why
Because
not?
it was a heartbroken moment over a couple Coronas.
So you have work to do and some shopping and some play to do.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Anyway, about shopping. We can talk about that if you want.
Okay.
I love shopping in New York
Me too.
so much.
It's a problem.
I know. It's so bad. Obviously, I spent so much time here growing up. I lived here for 4 years after I graduated high school, but I'm from Jersey, so before that, I've been coming in and out of the city my whole life. And when I get to come here and like play around now and go shopping, I'm like unstoppable.
I know.
It's my greatest sport. I'm an athlete.
There aren't enough closets for everything.
It got to the point where honestly, I go to Soho and I walk in places and they're like, "Hey, good to see you." I'm like, "This is bad. I don't live here, so you shouldn't know me."
Shopping with Halsey, I would do that. Hey, did you vote the other day?
I absolutely did. I wasn't in the country, but I sent in an absentee ballot.
It felt good, right?
Incredible.
Yeah, I have to agree
Incredible.
with you on that one.
Yeah.
I did a live vote. I actually went and voted.
What?
I spent just the day with Max because I just wanted to make it my day.
Mm-hmm.
I voted. It took maybe a minute. And I'm like, well, now what? So I went home. I cooked myself some dinner, watched some TV, and read. It was great. It was awesome.
Isn't that crazy though? Is like, I think so many people are so intimidated by the idea of going to vote because they don't know what it entails.
Yeah.
And like just the tiniest amount of research would tell you that it takes no time at all. And it's so easy, provided that you have all the things in line that you need to have in line. And one thing that was really crazy to me was we just had this like very big lottery. I think it was $2 billion.
Well, it was
2
half
million?
it's like
Or was it half a billion?
It's like
It was
right at
over
$1 billion.
I have no concept of anything.
Billion,
Sorry.
2 at that much, it's like whatever. It's around $1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah,
money
I mean,
than I
what's
know.
$1 billion, right? Anyway, it was insane. And so many people I saw online were going out, taking the day off of work to buy lottery tickets and to, take their chance at changing their future.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you will go out and go somewhere and buy these tickets and spend the money and whatever else, because you're hoping that maybe, just maybe, this could change your future, you should have that same energy about going to vote.
That's a very unique way of
Yeah,
looking
of
at that.
course.
Never thought of that.
These people are going and they're buying lottery tickets and taking the time out of their day, and it's costing them money. Go vote. It's free. Just go do it.
And sometimes it takes longer to buy a lottery ticket because the line is longer.
That's
is
what I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah.
But if you'll do it because you have a feeling in your heart that maybe, just maybe, your life is going to change because you do this. It's the same thing with going to vote. And it takes less time, less money, less energy. And honestly, it's more likely to change your future. you have a greater chance at like affecting change by voting than buying a lottery ticket.
Especially your finances.
Just go do it.
You get some money if you vote in a certain way.
Go do it.
So speaking of money, I've been staring at something on you the whole time since you got here.
Talk to me.
It is your tooth. Is that a diamond?
Yes.
Let me see
my
that.
God, I want it so bad. No, it's been like catching the light.
Do you need some? You want to floss that diamond out of there?
No, it's so cute.
Like I'm flossing the diamond. That's my floss.
Is it? Did you get it implanted in your tooth?
Okay, so I'll tell you what. A couple years a couple years ago, 2 years ago, before the Grammys, my first Grammys ever, I wanted to do something special, so I had someone come and give me the tooth diamond. And they used braces glue to put it on. And they were like, it'll last like 2-3 months, and then you'll probably have to get a new one. 2 years later, I still have it.
Oh, wow.
And the only other person I've ever met who has one is Diddy. And I'm so happy that I have it, because the first time I met him, he was like, you have a tooth diamond. And I was like, yes, I do. Are we best friends now? And he was like, yeah, we are.
How many people have said that to you?
But it was like, I was just thinking in that moment, I was like, thank you,
I know,
tooth diamond, because otherwise I would have nothing to talk to
But
Diddy
Halsey,
about.
God forbid it falls off. Do you swallow it and you have to like pass it out
Probably.
later? I mean, you know.
Honestly, probably.
Are we back to pee and poo again?
Okay, can we not do this?
comes back.
Hey, you know what? They're telling me you have to go. But wait, I want to say
I
something.
have to
before-
go. We're done already?
Well, I know, but Greg's over here. He runs Capital.
Greg, zip it.
That's his tower. That towering, that tower in Hollywood it's like his erected thing.
Whoa. Okay, Dad, I'm having fun. Can I stay and play, please?
Come on, Greg, stop. Here's what I love, and not to get too philosophical, but here we go. Ever since we've met you, someone would ask, well, so what's it like when you meet this person? What's it like when you meet Halsey? And I'm like, it's pretty simple. You just turn her music on. It's really right there.
Yeah.
No, really. I mean, if everything you've said in this interview, I was thinking if I could put these words you're saying to notes, this would be a song.
Wow.
Because several things. Inconvenient woman, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
That was resonating with me. You hanging out with your friends and dreams when you were a little girl of the Victoria's Secret show and you're actually standing on that stage. I was thinking, like, if I was you standing on that stage, what that would have really truly felt like. You and I'm sure you didn't even really give us all what that feeling was about. What was that like as a little girl, but now, and you're on that stage thinking, holy crap, it just must be amazing. But wait, there's another side to it.
Yes.
There's the business side. There's the grueling schedules. There's your private life in public. There's everything that you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that you do find those private moments to take good care of yourself, because it seems like you are, because you seem really, really on top of your game and whatever. But look, we're friends. We're not really great friends. I don't know you that well. You don't know me. We know each other well enough from the entertainment, from being here. But I would love one day just to sit down, have a cocktail with you, and just make sure you're good, because you deserve to be great.
Thank you.
And just keep on keeping on. And you know what? You can come here and be as inconvenient as you want anytime you want.
You guys are the inconvenient ones because it's 7 a.m. So.
Well, there is that.
But I will say thank you so much. I try really hard to be an authentic artist, and sometimes it's a difficult thing to do. You know, because you walk this fine line of wanting to protect your private life and wanting to share who you are with the fans. And so you guys have been playing my new song Without Me, which is so awesome. Thank you.
We're about to play it again.
It's never not cool to hear your song on Z100, for the record. I tell you guys, every time I come in here, I grew up on the station, literally in my mom's used 1999 Valero, listening to the Z Morning Zoo.
Oh, God, don't say it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't call us that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like that. So hearing my song on the station, it always resonates with me in a really special way. And every station is so special because I love the opportunity to have my songs reach out. But this one's the best. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna save face. It's the coolest thing in the world. But in that song, getting the opportunity to speak to, not even the country, just like the world, and essentially comment on this narrative that people have been following about me for so long, and comment on it in my own words and in my own way. That's the thing about, it kind of ties back to being on the stage at Victoria's Secret, where it's like, I was so happy to be there. But the reason that I was the happiest to be there is because I was performing the song I'm really passionate about, that I wrote, which I'm really proud of, is still writing my own music at this point in my career. And looking around and thinking, not only am I here, but I got here on my own terms. And that feels really good. And every single woman on that stage was just unbelievably beautiful. But being there with like tattoos and like my hair short and like, singing this like emotional song, I was just like, I'm so me right now. I'm so me. And I would not want to be up here any other way. And that felt so special. That was the best part of it. The best part of it.
So the trick is for every single person listening to live the same life.
Yep.
Just be you.
Yeah.
Stop being someone else. Who else would you want to be? I mean, really.
I think every artist like has this idea of like wanting to affect change in their fans. And the one thing that I always say is like, I don't want my fans to be exactly like me. I don't want them to cut their hair like me. I don't want them to do what I do because I do it.
How about vote like you? Do you want them to vote like you?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't want them to vote like me. I want them to vote like them. But the most important thing I want them to do is educate themselves so that they can make the vote that speaks to them. I think the biggest thing for me with my fans that I always say to them is like, don't be exactly like me, but I hope if you take anything away from everything that I give to you, like so compassionately and so wholeheartedly, is just take the time to figure out who you are and be that, because that's like the best thing that you can be. Whether it's your political views, your personal views, the way you dress, your mental health, the relationships you keep, just like be authentically you. And if that's your way of being like me, then that's all I can ask for.
There you go.
You know?
Halsey. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.